He did not search for comfort. He searched for signs that he might survive the night. Sometimes, that sign was nothing more than warmth left on the ground. And sometimes, that warmth itself was a trap. He learned this on an evening that seemed no different from any other. It was colder than usual. Wind slipped through cracks between buildings, carrying the smell of cooling metal and dust. He had walked all day without finding any place sheltered enough from the wind. When he discovered a strip of warmth beneath a car that had just driven away, he stopped. Not because he felt joy, only because his body reacted faster than thought. The ground still held heat. Not much, but enough to soothe the tightness in his belly. He lay down, curled himself, placed his chin on his front paws. The warmth spread slowly, like a very small promise. He did not fall asleep right away. He always left part of his awareness for the world. Ears open, nose working. But the cold had tired him. In that moment, he forgot that warmth rarely existed alone. A sound came from above. Not a voice, not familiar footsteps, movement, abrupt. He did not have time to stand before a foot came down. It did not land completely, but it came close enough that no explanation was necessary. The ground shook. The air tore open with a shout whose meaning he did not need to know. He ran. No thinking. No looking back. His body decided before pain had time to form. He burst out of that warm patch, claws scraping across the freezing road. His heart hammered, frantic, as if trying to escape. Behind him, footsteps followed for a few strides, then stopped. He did not stop immediately. He ran farther, far enough for the smell of danger to fade. Only when his lungs began to hurt did he slip into a dark gap between two walls. There was no warmth, only cold. But cold did not strike. He pressed himself against the ground, slowing his breath. His whole body trembled. He could not tell whether from cold or from the echo of reflex. There was no serious wound, only a familiar sensation. He had chosen wrong. No one chased him anymore. The city continued its business. Another car might come or not. It no longer mattered. From a distance, he looked back at the patch of warm ground. Now, it was only a nameless stain in the street. Nothing marked it. Nothing reminded anyone that just minutes earlier, he had believed it would be enough. From that day on, he began to separate warmth from safety. Warmth was something everyone wanted. Safety was far rarer. There were places very warm, thick with the smell of humans. Those places always came with feet from above, with sudden noises, with gestures that required no reason. He avoided them. There were places cold, very cold. Under bridges, in corners, behind metal containers, places no one noticed. He chose those. Not because he liked them, but survival did not require comfort. He began to sleep less, not because he was afraid, but because he understood that sleep was when the body was most likely to misunderstand. Each time he lay down, he asked the same question, silently. Why is this place warm? If the answer was, because someone has just been here, he stood up and kept walking. The world did not explain itself before it hurt him. He learned that very early, but it was only that evening that the lesson carved itself into his body. No one apologized. No one knew he had been there. Everything continued as if he had never existed. And perhaps that was why he was still alive. When night fully settled, he found another place, cold, hard, carrying no new scent. He lay down without hope, only trying to keep himself intact until morning. After that, whenever he found warmth, he paused longer to observe. Not everything comfortable wanted him to stay, and not every cold place intended to drive him away.